If your blood runs orange and blue, this is the pod for you. You're listening to Orange and Blue Bloods, hosted by EJ Stewart and Tommy Beer. Let's get to it.
I want to wrap today's podcast quickly talking about the award season kind of being finished. So we saw Joel Embiid was named MVP on Tuesday, so congrats to him. And on Wednesday, our final award for this season, we had Monty McNair being named the Executive of the Year. McNair is the general manager of the Sacramento Kings. That means that Leon Rose did not win this award. Now, McNair got 16 out of 30 first-place votes. Leon Rose finished in 8th place among executives up for this award. He had just 2 second-place votes and 1 third-place vote. Kobe Altman of Cleveland and Justin Zanuck of Utah finished in the top 3. I gotta be honest, I think that this is a load of crap that Leon Rose finished in 8th. Especially when I see the guys that were ahead of him. When I look at Kobe Altman and Zanuck in Utah, I don't know why Justin Zanuck's there. I'm sorry. I don't know why he's there. He traded away their core. They had a decent season, but now they're not in a position to draft that high in the first round. I just don't. The jury seems to be out. I mean, I guess trading away Gobert and getting so much assets, I guess, is why
the Gobert trade was maybe the most lopsided trade in NBA history. So
it is, but it's like for me, Tommy, it's like, okay, so because of, to me, it's part of that is because of what Gobert did in Minnesota. Like, I don't know, like, if you should get credit for Gobert failing in another place, you know.
And Walker Kessler played well for Utah, but I
played good. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Zanuck, they gave him a lot of credit there. Kobe Altman, Utah. I mean, Cleveland had a great jump, but to me, the Knicks went from being a team that was outside the playoffs, had a terrible season last year, to being the 5th seed. Cleveland was in the play-in last year and moved up to 4. They were the 9th seed in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks moved up way more spots than Cleveland, and they came from they started with less. You know, they didn't have Evan Mobley, they didn't have 2 All-Stars in their team, and Jared Allen and Darius Garland. So for the Knicks to make the jump that they did, knowing that the moves that they did kind of changed their entire season, 1, starting in the offseason with Brunson, and then 2, with the Josh Hart trade, I think Leon Rose finishing in 8th place, this is crap. Like, I don't know. Like, I really thought that he'd at least finish in the top. I think he should have won this award, quite frankly. Even the McNair, I think McNair's a great guy. He could definitely have won this. But to me, like, I don't know. Do you have a problem with Leon Rose finishing in 8th? I have a big problem with this.
I do. I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, you want to make the case that Monty McNair should win the award? I'll listen. Even though it seems like he's getting credit for this bonus trade, which actually happened the prior season.
That happened last season. Exactly.
I mean, the Herter trade was great. The Monk signing was terrific. The hiring of Mike Brown, the Kings were one of the best stories of the year. You want to make a case for him? I'll listen. Kobe Altman, Cleveland, pulled the trigger on Donovan Mitchell. Again, this is strictly regular season. You want to say that he was instrumental, and you want to give him votes. I understand. Again, the Zanuck, Utah, Danny Ainge stuff. We talked about it. I didn't love the Mitchell trade from their perspective, but they did get an all-star back, a young all-star, and the Gobert trade was insanely lopsided. Right place, right time, yada, yada. That being said, those are the only 3 guys I'm going to listen to that you can give a vote ahead of Leon Rose for. I've written about this. We've talked about this. What was the best free agent signing in the NBA last offseason?
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson signing. What was the most impactful trade at the deadline? You want Kevin Durant? Yes. We'll leave Kevin Durant aside, which the team gave up.
I'll be that guy. I'm including Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant played almost 0. He played almost 0 regular season games for the Suns. I know they didn't lose games without him, but they didn't play many games with him. The Knicks were in the midst of trying to stay out of the play-in, and Josh Hart played all of these games. They have one of the best records in the NBA since Josh Hart getting. So we're going impactful. Now, you're not best trade or best player getting moved, but impactful trade, I'm still taking Josh Hart, even over Kevin Durant.
Was there a better $8 to $10 million signing than Isaiah Hartenstein?
Hard to argue that one.
I'd have to look at them, but there's probably some float around there. But it's, in terms of impact, that's right up there. The Mitchell Robinson contract looks like a tremendous value after he played well in the regular season, and then performed. Obviously, we're not going to factor in the playoffs, etc. all that being said, there was one person that the front office executive responsible for that was one man. Obviously, the front office team, but the guy you can vote for from the Knicks perspective is Leon Rose. I'm not sure. You can tell me who finished 5th, 6th, 7th in the voting.
Yeah, I have the list here. I mean, you had Calvin Booth finished 4th. I mean, KCP trade, good trade. The team didn't change that much. I don't know. I would not have voted him over Leon Rose. Yeah. Brad Stevens, he got 2 first place votes. Again, I mean, it's because of, I guess, Brogdon. Okay, a team that went to the finals last year. Yes. Number 2 seed last year is number 2 seed this year, and okay. And then you got Joe Horst from Milwaukee. I have no idea why he got any votes. Milwaukee was the same team last season. They added Jake Crowder.
They traded 4 second-round picks for Jake Crowder. He didn't play.
Didn't play. So I don't know what that's about. And then James Jones from Phoenix got a 1 first place vote. And he got a bunch of 3rd place votes. And that was a team that was disappointing during the midseason. They traded for Kevin Durant. He basically didn't play during that whole regular season. Mikal Bridges looks like a star.
EJ, we'll talk about it over the summer, but a conversation needs to be had. They gave up 4 first-round draft picks. Mikal Bridges and Cameron Johnson.
A pick swap.
Listen, if you're a team, let's say they, who knows what happens with CP3? Maybe they lose in 5 or 6 to the Nuggets. Like, if you're the Suns going forward, would you rather have KD at $50 million a year or Mikal Bridges at 25? And I'm not even talking about Cam Johnson and the 4 first-round picks. So, there's a conversation.
I mean, this list is garbage. I'm sorry, this list is garbage. Like, I know we had our fun with Brogdon. I think that IQ should have been 6th man of the year, but Brogdon had a great year. We can have our discussions about most improved player. I think that Lowry making it totally understandable. Shea finishing ahead, understandable. Like, and I think I'm not even going crazy about Monty winning because he actually did make really good moves that helped the Kings win this year, even beyond Sabonis. Even though I think that he's getting a lot for the Sabonis trade, but I mean those other guys and I'll go back on Zanuck because while I'll admit, yes, that Gobert trade was lopsided. I just don't think to me, it's like you're forecasting something that you don't know how it's going to turn out. That was a team that was in the playoffs last year. This year, they didn't make the playoffs or the play-in.
Worse yet,
they have these assets.
They just missed it, so they don't have a lottery. They don't have
They didn't finagle it enough to where they can get a really impactful player in the draft. You're giving them saying based on, I think they're going to be really good in a couple of years because they should get good draft picks. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if they're going to draft well. I don't think he should have been even in the discussion for this.
Not to mention the fact some of the best trades are the trades you don't make. Knicks didn't trade 3 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray. Instead, signed Jalen Brunson. That worked out beautifully. And they didn't trade Julius Randle. They didn't sell low on Julius Randle, who I thought they probably should have at least very seriously considered. And I would have been mistaken. Turns out Leon Rose was right. So if we're looking at the big picture, you have to give a guy credit for the totality of the decisions. And I don't understand how you could possibly think that 7 executives all factoring into decisions when you factor in expectations heading into the season, results of the regular season, and the key pieces that you brought into the roster that ended the prior season. I just don't understand how Rose isn't higher. Again, McNair's probably the only guy I would say that deserves to be ahead of.
And if you want to really have a gag, I mentioned how Leon Rose got no first place votes. He got 2 second place votes and 1 third. The only guy, that got a first place vote outside of those 3 guys I mentioned, along with Joe Horst and James Jones, was someone who finished behind Leon Rose. You want to guess who it is?
I don't. Who? Tell me. Sean Marks.
Sean Marks. Sean Marks got a first place vote for Executive of the Year.
Bro, come on.
Sean Marks of the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with that. I know that I think these votes are public. I think there's a
No,
way to
no, no.
find.
Howard Beck tweeted on, and the NBPA president. I assume he's right. He said these votes, unlike the
Wow.
MVP and the other stuff. Well,
God.
I don't know the reason. I don't know the rationale. Maybe it's because they don't want revenge from executives on writers.
Yeah, it makes sense. I guess media works a lot with the front office.
Right. So those guys, but yeah, those votes will not be made. But whoever voted for Brad Stevens and Mark should be called on the carpet.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like Mark's like. I don't understand that. Like, even if you think he made good trades for that KD Kyrie thing, like
Right.
he had no choice.
Right.
Kyrie said, "Give me out of here." KD said, "Give me out." Like,
yes.
like you don't get it. Then KD should get the award for best executive of the year for the Brooklyn Nets because he's the one that got them all those assets.
Yes.
So 100%. If KD doesn't demand a trade, he's still in Brooklyn, and Sean Marks wouldn't probably been a part of this. So. I mean, this was awful. I mean, I really, again, it's the Knicks. I don't expect good things. But when I saw 8th place for Leon Rose, I was like, 8 executive. And I'm seeing these names, and I'm like, come on. Brunson, most impactful signing. Hart, at least arguably most impactful trade. That enough should get you in the top 3. Yep. Like any other GM, like that would have been enough. They wouldn't have been a conversation.
That's what they judge you by. Free agent signings and trades, essentially.
Right, exactly. And I'll be honest, I feel like this was, and I don't like the Garden media policy, but I think that this was some people feeling a way about Leon Rose not wanting to talk to anybody.
100%. You can't convince me the fact that he's which is ridiculous. He should.
I know.
It's so easy to answer soft questions with non
team he's got. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So the fact that the Garden establishment enables him, allows him to do that is ridiculous.
It's awful. Yeah, we all agree with that.
Chooses to do it is ridiculous. There's no reason for it. It's inexcusable. All that being said, that clearly impacted people voting on his on his capability and whether he's one of the executive of the year. No question.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate. So Knicks go home empty-handed on the award season, but we do have All NBA. We do have All NBA defensive team. Knicks might be rookies, so we don't have to worry about that. So there's a chance maybe Mitchell Robinson, All defensive team, perhaps maybe first team, second team, unlikely, but we'll see. All NBA team, we got Brunson, you got Randall, so we'll see how that shakes out. But no awards for the Knicks. They get 2 finals, so that was cool with Brunson and Quickly. But Leon Rose, man, 8th place in the executive of the year. You guys gotta be better, man. That's terrible. Anyway, that's gonna. Go ahead.
The only thing that Rose cares about and Tibbs cares about and Brunson and Randall and Quickly, the Knicks are still playing. Yep. They got a chance to advance the second round. So you get them to the Eastern Conference Finals. They'll take that over individual awards.
Exactly. May basketball is happening in New York. Yes. And that's really the most important thing that matters. And it's a testament to Rose and all these guys that have contributed. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. If you want to see more of our videos, be sure to check out our playlist and let us know what you think in the comments below.
Also, don't forget to follow us on social media to stay up to date on our latest podcast ventures. Links will be in the descriptions. And as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video.